more narrow court cases. But the bottom line is that there would have been some risk of Gore winning.
Right.
And they couldn't tolerate it.
Right.
They couldn't tolerate it.
Right.
So I think part of the takeaway here is that Bush v. Gore was not when the Supreme Court became political. The court has always been driven by ideology, politics, and power. But Bush v. Gore exposed just how shallow and partisan the court's politics actually are and stripped away the veneer of impartiality and high-mindedness that the court sort of hides behind. And anyone who thinks after Bush v. Gore that the court functions as like an independent body separate from politics, or that it even could function like that theoretically, is just a rube, just a complete fucking sucker.
Right.
We should talk about the alternate world we would all live in.
Can you fucking imagine?
There's been tons of research into what would have happened, right, if you like imagine a fair election. And it's extremely hard to say because there's so much bullshit going on.
Like,
right?
you can hold everything else constant, and if the ballots in Palm Beach County are designed different, Al Gore wins,
Yes.
right? That's just like without controversy at this point.
Right. And the question is, how different is the world we live in? Obviously, we're 20 years out. It's hard to say. But the one really significant thing is that Al Gore was the first presidential candidate, I think, to ever really significantly talk about global warming.
Right.
Which at the time was like a punchline, right?
Right.
Just like, oh my God, this fuck, he's obsessed with this. Like the world's like, what are you talking about, Al? You fucking nerd, you boring nerd. Let's see what the idiot has to say about this.
Right.
So, do I think he could have passed significant global warming legislation? Like what would have been necessary at the time? No, probably not. But it would have been on the political radar 15 years at least before it was, right? The other thing is that, Bush gets elected and then within a year plans and orchestrates the 9/11 attacks.